to Confidently Insecure, the podcast where we're absolutely sure we don't know everything. I am your host, Zach Got a Catcomb Towers.
And I'm Kelsey Dick Lovin' Darragh.
I'll take it. Hey, Zach. How
Hi.
are ya?
I'm so good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. I feel like we've had such a productive morning with like the podcast and doing things for it that now I'm trying to pretend like I'm just sitting down with you
I
to
know.
catch up.
It's always that freakish thing of like, I don't want to talk to you until we
going.
can monetize it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to say this right out the gate, just to get it off my chest. Next week's episode is going to be the most insane episode we've ever done.
It's a humdinger.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I hope it's not a bad thing.
I feel like it could be like a blowjob thing.
Don't Google it. Humdinger. Okay, wait. Sound off in the comments. Okay. Tell us what you think a humdinger is or what its etymology is. And then next week our next episode will tell you.
We'll bring them down.
What humdinger comes from. Wait, humdinger. Wow, that's actually really interesting. It definitely sounds like it's like a farmer's thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I saw it as like some ragtag jazz player down in New York City
that's
smoking
a
by the
humdinger.
Yeah. Oh, well, read a toot toot tad. What a humdinger! Great idea, kids. Am I wrong?
Okay, that could be a farmer still.
Okay.
Don't put farmers in a box. They can enjoy scatting on the weekends.
Fair, sure.
Skiddly-bop-bop,
Skiddly-da-da-dee-da-da. Hey,
housekeeping.
what's new with you?
Well, in continuation of my IRL grinder life,
Yes, you are still sober from grindy.
I have not relapsed on that cock app
Wow.
yet.
That's big.
Yeah, it is.
I just want to give you a moment.
It is, and I am getting my homework done, which is very exciting. And I was at my favorite space to kind of write. It's a low stakes environment. I'm not going to say where in case there's
have a
someone
stalker?
who wants to kill me listening, but
Wouldn't
it's-
put it past them. They're
it's-
crazy, our listeners.
There's
Wow.
there's a gym, there's like a grocery store, there's a coffee shop. And I like to sit outside the coffee shop because the guys going to and from the gym are very hot.
Oh,
It's so nice.
Nice.
It's just like dudes in like athletic shorts and tanks.
just
like
some good inspiration
Oh
to
my
keep you
God.
running and gunning towards the dream.
it does. It keeps the alpha energy flowing
Ooh, because you need that to.
to write my little silly poems and essays.
Okay, got it.
But there was this guy who I will say, gun to my head, is a twink.
Okay.
It's a twink.
Okay.
They're probably my height, but way less.
I don't know. Don't look at me. What happened to you?
Oh my God, it's because it's the same word. Way
Uh-huh.
less than me.
Whoa. They
Way,
definitely
way less than me.
way less than
me.
you. Okay.
And we made eyes.
So this person is a sheet of paper blowing in the wind.
Very, very
Got it. Little baby. Non-existent.
So, but dark features, like dark hair, like dark scruff, I think. Anyway, cute outfit. Anyway, he goes into the grocery store, gets a little snack, comes out, eats it. He chooses a seat that's across the way from me. So we keep looking at each other.
Dog. And can I just say, I went to write at this place with you the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if I've just never noticed this, but Zachary is a fucking looker.
Oh, I look constantly.
Any attractive man, mildly attractive man that walked into this coffee shop, Zach is direct eye contact and following with his whole gaze the man walking. And I was like, no wonder you get fucked so much. You're just like, yes, I've chosen you to direct my eye contact
Listen,
with.
it's one of my fatal flaws that if someone gives me eye contact, I'll give it back until they break it.
You're a looker, bro.
Maybe that's me on the spectrum.
No, I think you're just like that. You know what works.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I should probably stop doing it because I don't think it's going to age well as a characteristic.
I'll tell you when you're too ugly to do it.
Okay.
When you're too ugly and old to stare twinks down at the grocery store, I'll let you know. Don't worry.
This
I'll keep you
twink
humble.
It's oh my God, you know what it is? It's very baby gazelle grazing in the meadow and like lioness
Hilarious.
looking from across the way.
I hate to break it to you. You are also a baby gazelle stalking in the meadow.
Okay, it's two baby gazelles
Yeah.
Then look up. Then
You're
look up.
both like, how's your grass?
Look up.
Uh-huh.
So when he's walking across, I like do the head nod and he smiles and does back and I go, hi. And he's like, hey.
What?
I know. Deep voice.
You were
coming
instantly wet.
Coming out of this tiny little person.
Stop.
Hey. I was like, oh.
Is this an accent? Is this a bit?
No,
Am
know.
I being punked?
So they work in the area and I was like, sorry, I was staring. And he goes like, no, I was too. Like you're a real cutie.
Oh my
And
God.
I know. And we talked for a little bit, both established that we lived in the area. And then I was like, well, can I get your number? And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And then I text him my name and a little emoji. And then he was like, hey, cutie.
Hey, cutie.
And so we're supposed to go on like a coffee thing this afternoon.
Oh, excuse, I didn't realize I was keeping you.
Well, you are.
I'm sorry. We
What
did.
about you?
We did poll the audience asking people because
Oh, yes.
I'm so curious. Like our
When it
generation
comes down to it.
has been the transition age of switching from giving people our number to giving them our socials.
Yes.
And so are you always a number girly?
Yes.
Why?
Because I do not want to follow some rando back. My nightmare.
What if you're just like, here's my Insta, DM me? Or like, what's your Insta? I'll DM you.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah, just
then I
too
guess
much
the
work.
second part of me is like, oh God, like I am a presence in a certain way online.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I shouldn't live in fear because like the right guy, it won't bother.
Right.
But like obviously like I've posted grinder screen grabs in the past. I've done things that stereotypically turn some people off.
Okay. So you are playing it safe. You ask for a number.
Yeah, I just like offer my number or like that's what my go-to is. Well, I guess it's half and half.
Yeah.
Because I picked up enough now that like people younger than me ask for Instagram.
Yeah. And I think with the majority of our audience is nervy to give out their number, which
That makes no sense.
it makes me wonder, are you able to find someone's info easier? Like
easier.
Easier?
Put that down.
Yeah, write it in the dictionary.
What's easier? Easilier.
Easilier.
It's a pretty name.
It's more easy.
Easilier.
If you have their phone number versus, because socials, it's just your public facing persona. Arguably, you might be giving away your personal info through your socials, but if you have someone's phone number, can you like do a reverse image search on it and get their address?
So you should absolutely go to whitepages.com, pay the $2.99 or whatever, and see what information is listed about you. Forever, I was on a family plan, so my information was like my dad's primarily. But when I got on my own, I literally hit up White Pages. I was like, please take my information down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because if you do pay it's literally like $5 a month or something. You can enter in phone numbers and get a lot of information.
Oh, so you stalking.
When I was stalking myself.
Oh, okay. You
was
don't
seeing,
use
like,
it to see anyone
Well, I guess
else?
I've used it when a guy on like Grindr has given me a phone number,
Okay.
and I was like a little bit on the fence about whether or not he was like truthful and like another devout Christian like myself.
Of course.
And so I would look up their info there. But I will say, go to whitepages.com, see what they have public on you. Because just like, do you remember phone books?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that used to, unless you told them not to, it said your name, phone number, and address in the phone book.
That is so bananas.
I
And
know.
I see phone books still out all the time.
Well, and then my question to you is, knowing that, I still think there's some hurdles to jump over with it's not as easier as you think.
Fuck you.
When you have a phone number, but when you have a socials, like I'm posting stories, like
Yeah.
I'm literally showing people where I'm at
Yeah.
half the time. So
Yeah.
like
I've
that to
thought
me
about
is a
that.
lot more personal
Yeah.
than a phone number.
Yeah, see, I think I give people my socials that I'm not sure if I want to like hook up with or like not sure.
Oh, so
like,
you consider phone number more intimate?
yes, I'm like, have my socials because I can see you. You can stalk me. You can see what I'm about. I don't have to explain anything about what I do for a living. Like, you can see it. It's all there. And then my number is like, okay, like almost Instagram is networking for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
and
your
then-
livelihood.
Yeah. And if I don't trust you fully. If I trust you fully, I'm like, here's my phone number. But I sometimes get a women's intuition feeling where I'm
don't
like,
give your phone number to
don't
this
give your phone
person.
number to this person.
So the other thing, something I'm going to do as dictator is
Yeah.
when a private profile messages you 1st you get to see their profile.
I like that.
Period.
What are you
How
hiding?
dare you message
psycho?
me
Yeah.
from a private profile?
You think I'm gonna respond to that? That's like coming up to me with a full face Halloween mask on and being like, "You want to dance?"
Hey.
And I'm like, "No."
I like that photo.
Scary. Speaking of like dating and dating advice, we do have Dating No Filter back on the segment podcast arena. So that's going to be coming later. So stick around because we're going to be answering your DNF questions. And also you can submit them to us on Instagram. Give us your dating questions at Confidently Pod. And you might get picked like a few of you later when we answer your questions.
That's what we call a CTA, a call to action.
Very good, Zachary. I have a
We will also want to say, in conjunction with DNF, we're also taking broad advice questions or
Life.
yes.
Or
honestly, anything you've ever wanted to know about us, even though we're very open booky.
yeah, good luck finding something that you don't already know about me on the internet.
Facts.
I
feel like I just talked about myself for like 40 minutes.
and you know what's crazy? You still have more to talk about.
No.
Yeah.
What do you have to talk about?
Well, mine's more broad, but you have an intimate update.
Wait, but isn't that in a different section of the pod?
Your date update?
What's my date update?
Your Avril Lavigne concert.
Oh, y'all, I didn't get murdered. Do you remember when I teased that I might get murdered?
Remember when you went on a date with a fan and I was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, it was wild. Okay, so I insisted the way I controlled the environment is I drove separately to both dinner and the concert. So dinner was very cute. We went to a place. I'm gonna keep it so broad. We went to dinner. It was very cute. We had great conversation. It was not awkward. We aligned on a lot of things.
You had the gut women's intuition feeling that they were safe.
Yeah, I did. And then we met at the concert, and first thing, they buy me a hoodie from the concert.
Crazy. Daddy makes money. He got money.
He goes, "Which hoodie do you want?" And I go, "Oh, I don't need a hoodie." He's like, "I'm getting you a hoodie in case this doesn't go anywhere. You have to remember me forever."
Oh, I'm hard as a rock.
So gets us hoodies. Then we go in. He's like, "What do you want, like snack wise or whatever?" I didn't. I was like, "I'm full. I'm okay." I know. And then we have these really cute seats. We go down there. I will say this is where I don't know. He put his arm around me, and I'm not touchy.
No.
And I'm kind of avoidant. And I was still sussing the situation out. And at this point, he has spent money, and like the chemistry has been good, but like it felt a little early. But ultimately, he's much taller than me. It was kind of cute, and I went with it. Yeah, I leaned into it.
It didn't feel bad.
No, we stayed for like 5 or 6 songs and then left.
That's it?
Yeah. Avril, if you're listening,
Stop it.
no, I don't want to be mean. She was so low energy. I can't even. She was like, hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend.
No.
No way. I think you need
Really?
me. Hey, you.
That's kind of crazy though
I
that
like
he
your
bought
girlfriend.
tickets, came up for it, and then you guys left after 5 or 6
Well, I
songs.
told him up front when we were planning on going, I was like, full disclosure, I will not want to stay for the whole concert. I
Yeah.
want to leave before it's over. He's like, totally fine by me.
And so were you the one that was like, "Are you ready?"
I go, I listen. I had the set list. And I go, I'd feel comfortable leaving after this song, or after this song, or after this song. So I gave him 3 tiers. Because if I was gonna stay for one, I was like, I want to hear happy ending.
Yeah.
And
What? So he picked which section?
yeah, and it was the first one.
I'm just gonna say this. I know you, so I don't mean this. But if someone were just to out of context hear this description of a date you just went on, you sound like the most high maintenance cunt I've ever fucking heard of. He picked me up. He paid for all my drinks. He bought me a sweatshirt. He wanted to give me snacks, and I was like, "Okay, you have 5 minutes. What songs would you like?" And I mean that with my whole pussy.
I mean, I accept it with your whole pussy.
Yeah, that's good.
But
Congrats.
this is the thing. You curate your life. You make
Amen,
your life what you want it
sister.
to be. And
Do
I
it for the
gave,
plot.
I know what I told him most things up front, you know?
I do like that. It's like, and I made it very clear that I was going to act this way. And he said, okay, so I did.
I will
Why
say,
would I not?
So after he drove me to my car, he got VIP parking. I got off-site parking.
Poor,
exactly. And I will say, beautiful new electric BMW. It was a lot of things that you said. Like, you're like, what if he has a really nice car? What if he got a really nice hotel room? What if he got blah, blah, blah? And a lot of
Why
those
are
things were
you
true.
not wanting to date this person?
Well, and then
where's
so
the red flag?
we were talking. I was like, oh, last time I was like, last time I was in this area, I went to Taylor at SoFi, and he's like, oh, love Taylor, and he's like, you know, she's doing London in a couple weeks.
Zachary, I don't know. Why do you not want to date this person?
And they go, I could get us like lie down flight seat, like first class lie down seats, hotel.
Why?
I don't know if
Don't
I can.
you want to date this
I don't know if I can
person?
leave the country with a stranger.
But okay, fuck the leaving the country with a stranger. Why wouldn't you want to date this person?
I might.
Okay, it's giving so many
They
green
live
flags.
in San Diego. That's
Yeah.
the first thing. That's
This
the main.
just seems like everything we've been asking for.
I know, isn't it interesting how I'm being?
Yeah. I'm over here fuming because I'm like, if a man did that for me,
Yeah, it is.
It's over.
It is quite nice. And then I will say he
you
dropped me
act
off my.
like this happens all the time.
This is the thing. I've built my life in such a way where I'm very sublimely happy without these things.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, yeah, like that is fun, but like.
Tell him you'll only go to London if he brings your best friend. And then
I bring your fucking pussy doctor.
You bring my gyno, I'm dead. The
Wait,
lore goes so deep.
But I will say, took me to my car, we kiss, picks me up,
hot.
like my
Grindy.
legs are
Yeah.
around his waist. And he's a pretty good kisser too.
I don't know what am I supposed to do with him?
I will say either of my things. He definitely is looks forward, and by that I mean like fake tan, jewelry,
Yeah, like a Guido.
designer shoes.
Uh-huh.
And that's not me. I'm very like obviously the opposite.
Low maintenance, poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know if I'd say
I'm
poor
kidding.
because I'm not a fucking cunt. I really liked your assessment of me though. That's a grounding. That's where we're friends.
I brought you
You
really
anchored me.
back down.
You dropped anchor
But
on
I said that I don't mean it because I know what your heart is. But any
But you're like,
outsider listening,
this sounds
in,
horrible.
that sounded horrible.
Okay.
But I had fun.
So
on your journey.
maybe I'll go to Europe and see Taylor with them.
I think that would be fun. I have a fun question that went viral on social media this week. They're calling it like the toxic question, which is
I am.
okay. Yeah. It's a very toxic question. If given the opportunity and you said, "Hey, let's hook up tonight," how many of your exes would say, "Yeah, I'm down"?
Oh,
Which got me thinking. TT, you thinking?
I haven't had that many exes, but I think both the ones in my head would be down.
Like yes. Or just like, yeah, I'm cool down.
Is that what the question asks?
No, but I'm just wondering, what do you think the responses are? Like a
I
big
think
fuck
it'd
yes?
be
A
I
resounding?
think it'd be oh. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I think they'd be surprised because in those relationships I lost interest in sex before it ended.
So this
they'd
would be like,
this is
great.
crazy because
Yeah.
you didn't want to do this the last 6 months we were together.
Wow. T, what's the percentage you think that would say yes for you? 100% would say yes? That pussy, that fire? Bro, okay, maybe the question was really for myself because I can't just stop thinking about how many would say no, not worth it.
So you're toxic.
I think I'm the one that they're like, even if the sex was great, I don't think I want to deal with her.
Wait, but is the question if you made it clear, hook up?
But you don't know.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
They might think Crazy Pants was trying to inch her way back into the life.
Yep. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, Jared, no way. He would be like, I'm not opening that Pandora's box. It's not worth the casual sex.
Is that what you call your vagina?
Yeah.
Pandora's box.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking about, like, Sir. He would be like, fuck no. As would I. But this is a hypothetical question. Then I'm thinking about, like, my exes from, like 20s, and even if the sex was great and like the relationship ended fine, I think they'd be like, I'm married with a kid now. Like,
some of them might still say yes.
I'm really thinking.
Wait. So
I
tell
think
us
more of my one night stands and casual hookups 100% would say yes. My exes that I dated, I'm not sure any would.
Anyway, we'll be back after this break. No.
We certainly could go to a break.
Wait. So tell us about the second part of the question.
What do you mean?
Like, what do the results mean?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a fun question that people were asking and giving crazy
you said it's
answers
called the
to.
toxic question.
Yeah, it was
so
like
what does it reveal? That
you're toxic. Yeah.
And we're no tears,
Yeah.
baby safe shampoo.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Did you know people thought that says no tears, baby safe shampoo, and they thought it meant like it won't give your baby tears, but it's no tear, and it's that it's okay for their baby fine hair. No tears.
That's wrong.
No, I learned that on another podcast like years ago.
Don't Google it. I'm actually going to Google that one.
I think I'm pretty sure forever people thought it meant no tears.
No, honey, everyone does think it means that, and we continue to think that.
I swear I heard on a podcast someone debunk it, and they were like, you think it means tears? Everyone's baby's eyes are burning, and it's that their hair is really fine and soft.
What I will say is, why did we stop including the formula that is no tears?
In adulthood? We put
point,
chemicals in that shit.
Yeah, at what point are they like, they're fine now?
Yeah, their eyes are developed.
They're crying for different reasons.
Yeah, they're fine.
Oh God, that is... see, this is a gamble, me saying this, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
And I hope I'm right.
We'll find out when we come back after this. I don't have an answer. Hey,
what a tease.
I have some fun ones this week that TikTok taught me.
I have one, and I did it, and it kind of blew my mind.
Fucking tell me right now.
Well, you may not even relate to this because you don't bake or are useful in the kitchen.
Wow.
But
Facts.
where my bakers at who have used parchment paper.
I've used parchment paper before.
Yeah, for some probably sick, twisted, pussy related
All right.
thing.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so you know when you're trying to get parchment paper into like a dish, but it's like rolled and it won't go. It keeps popping back. You get it. You run it underwater.
TikTok taught you to run it underwater?
Run it underwater.
What does it do to it?
Ball it up. Squeeze the water out.
Ball it up? Squeeze? What is this, cottage cheese?
You soak it. You squeeze it out, and then it's completely usable.
Flim flam?
Because it's parched. It's like extremely dry.
What?
So giving water to it makes move.
Hold on. You mean to this is a TikTok. You mean to tell me that parchment paper does not call itself parchment paper because it looks like old Harry Potter scroll writing? It means it's parched paper, as in it's dry?
It is dry, and that's what the TikTok was explaining, that like it is parched. It's like it needs water to like to move freely.
All right, I'm talking to all of you men who make up words. You guys control the capitalism. I'm speaking directly to you. Just call it unparched paper. Just call it wet me paper then.
Thirsty paper.
Why are you calling it parchment paper as if it's from the 1800s witchy woods that needs to be dusted off?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's the thing of it is not the name. It's that the struggle to get parchment paper into a shape is really difficult. But once you get it wet and wring it out, it's completely like pliable.
Is that on the box?
Oh, that's a great question.
Is it like, because again, men who run capitalism talking to you.
Men
If
who run
that's what
capitalism.
you're supposed to do, put it on the box, brah.
I guarantee it's not on the box. It's not on the box because we would have figured it out by now.
That's this is why I love this segment. TikTok taught me
Wow,
really
it
teaching you.
You know what's funny is I saw it and I was like, that's weird. Like, can you imagine running parchment
No.
paper underwater?
It just
You're
feels like it would slide off.
yeah.
It's so waxy.
And then I did it and I was like, son of a bitch.
I cannot wait to go downstairs and try this. Okay, well, I have one or two.
Okay.
We talked about migraines last episode, I believe, and I suffer from them. A friend of mine also just came out with a book I want to promote where she last name Kepner. She's a PhD. She wrote a book about studying with psilocybin and cluster headaches. So shout out to her. But anyways, migraines. Someone sent me a TikTok where it's like an old, not an old wives' tale, but like what's an old hack from the before internet time? And
like a home remedy?
a home remedy, like a passed down from generation to generation,
Sure,
like a
sure.
cultural secret.
Okay. Is there a word for that?
I feel like there's got to be
Home remedy,
a secret.
Old wives' tale is like an urban legend,
yeah.
basically.
This is an urban legend of your family's.
Damn. Okay,
Hacks.
that's gonna kill me. But go
Same.
on.
If you knock over my camera, you get a pot of boiling hot, as hot as you
And
can
you put your feet in it?
stand. Yes. Wait, how do you know this?
I just heard it somewhere.
Why didn't you send it to me? You know I suffer from
I
migraines.
knew you'd be okay.
You sick fuck.
No, honestly, it
Okay, wait, let me
sounded
explain
so
it.
painful.
You said it too early. You heat up a bowl of as hot as you can stand to stand in water. You put it in a bucket or a bowl and you stand in it. You cover your feet in the hot enough water. And supposedly what it does is, because migraines have to do with the blood vessel constriction, it alerts your feet to be like, oh, something's going on down here. We need to send all the blood away from your head and send it to your feet aren't doing good. So it takes all the pressure off your head and puts it to your feetsies.
Is that the equivalent though of like distracting yourself?
I wasn't sure. And the scientist who was like stitching this also was like, it's definitely something you can try. I've heard that it works for some people. The theory behind it is that, like, you know, when you get a boo-boo or you hurt yourself real bad and it gets really hot.
No.
You know what I'm talking about. Like when something, it gets hot when it gets like cut, or like when you injure yourself.
I do not think of temperature related to boo-boos for whatever, but maybe I'm better.
Like when you pull something or when you strain a joint or whatever.
Okay.
And it gets really hot.
Are you thinking of a fever?
No. The area gets really hot. That's hurted.
Okay.
Anyway, it's
like when you burn it on a stove?
No. I'm mad right now. I'm fucking mad at him. It's when it happens to you and it gets hot. Like when something gets hot.
Okay.
Oh, you son of a fucking bitch.
Okay, so
that's your body sending a bunch of blood to the area to try and repair something.
Okay.
So if you have like a broken bone or a pulled muscle, it gets really hot around the area. Like a rolled ankle.
Okay.
It gets really hot.
Okay.
And that's why you put ice on it.
Okay.
Because you don't want inflammation. You don't want swelling.
So is your whole head hot when you have a migraine?
I've never thought about it, but that's where I wear an ice hat.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know that it feels
so
hot.
did
but
you try it?
No, I haven't had a migraine yet. Thank God. Knock on wood.
Okay, then after you do it, let's sell your foot water.
I'm down. I'm also down to fucking sell this cause. Because if it works, I'm going to be pissed that I haven't done this before.
So wait, sell the cause? What do you mean?
Sell this cause. Like if this works for me, I'm going to turn into a like foot water bath salesman for migraines.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not weird, right?
Giving people something
What
they
is
definitely
this
can't do at
podcast?
home.
And I have another TikTok taught me.
Oh my God.
Oh, relax. Okay, this isn't really something no, it is something I learned, but I just thought it would be funny to talk about because everyone in this room really loves it. What do I love more than anything?
Calling people your best friend.
I hate you. Tiana,
Wait,
you know. Say it.
Frosting things?
You know, you said it the other day.
Frosting things.
When I was like, guess
Spending
what
money.
we're doing today? Or like, guess what? The best thing. I was like, the best thing ever today. And then it was getting a foster dog, but the real answer you thought was Chipotle.
Oh,
Everyone in
okay.
this room loves Chipotle.
Oh, and I saw Tiana doesn't.
No, you love it.
No, she doesn't.
We get it all the time. What are you talking about?
There's such a huge difference in loving something and getting it all the time.
You're going to tell me right now, all those times I've gotten a Chipotle, you've been like, ew?
She's been like, she goes, I never get Chipotle unless I'm with you guys, which is
I thought
the
that was
meanest thing you could
special.
possibly say about Chipotle.
I thought it was special.
I mean, listen.
Anyway, I found out on TikTok that there is a big old controversy right now
Are you talking
about. Why are you guessing it? Let me explain it. You're stepping on the bit. Go on. What is it, Zach?
I forget.
What is it?
I don't know.
I was curious about your thoughts on it. I was going to send it in the group chat and be like, OMG.
It's something, okay, I'm not going to say what it is. It's something I would never have the balls to do.
So
never.
The controversy is, do you know about this, T? Yeah, is people came out, they're like aggressively filming Chipotle workers making a burrito because people are utterly convinced in their bones that they're giving us less portion sizes than they used to. And it got such virality on TikTok that the CEO had to like come out and give a statement being like, we're not doing anything different. Please stop harassing our workers. But then people didn't like the CEO's response. Like people were saying the CEO's response like made it worse because he looks like over it and tired. They're like, this man hates his fucking job and hates Chipotle.
I mean, I relate to him.
Like
but
this
not
is how he says it. We're not putting less in. We're giving great amounts to the people.
Maybe you're getting fatter, America.
Maybe your mouths are too fucking big. But like he was, like he kept shrugging and throwing his hands up in his response. But like my thing is, I think there's a difference between someone, first of all, you got to be outside your mind to care enough to accost a worker doing their job, filming them.
I think a lot of people are.
They want attention. I think if you go in secretly filming just to prove a point, that's different. But if you're in like,
they're doing this. I
look
seen
how
people do it like this.
And now what's happening is the workers are getting nervous, so they're giving them extra. And now people are doing it just to get the meat for free, and that makes me so angry.
I mean, that's smart. But
fuck you.
Well, this is why I think it's actually a victimless crime, because that worker isn't being penalized. So it's just like, we are just getting more from Chipotle as an entity.
But here's the thing. The CEO, a lot of people are dragging him. I felt really bad for him.
Of course.
And he's probably a billionaire.
He's at the end of his rope.
Yeah. I shouldn't feel bad for him, but I literally was like, don't go in there and bother some fucking high school kid putting them on TikTok without their consent of them making your goddamn burrito. You know what? Go to Taco Bell. Go home and make your lunch then.
Yeah, that's fair. I know, but I
love Chipotle. And I'm sad because their food is good quality. Like their steak and carnitas and shit.
Too.
And like, how dare I be like, give me more fucking expensive red meat?
Here's what I will say. I have had different experiences as far as volume goes when it comes to Chipotle.
No.
I have. Period. Because, okay, like one time specifically, I was like, oh, this boy's new. Because he like gave me how much I think he would want. And it was like a lot. Like I was like, this is not regular.
Oh, it was a lot.
Yeah, I was like, you are going to be corrected for this, but I'm happy to benefit in the moment.
I thought they all had their pre-filled scooper things.
They do, but oftentimes they'll go back and get a few more nuggets, or like I've seen it varying. People shake it a little bit, or people like pile it on, or they go back in for a little bit more.
Let's go today and see.
I'm down.
Tiana, I don't know what to do with you.
Wow,
I'm so sad.
She begrudgingly said
I feel like
yes.
I've been being lied to by one of my best friends.
Oh.
No, I think maybe you're right. I think my
she
love
said
for
you just don't listen to
Chipotle
me.
is so strong that I've been ignoring your hate for it.
I will say you don't look like a Chipotle fan.
What does that mean?
It looks like you would turn your nose up at Chipotle.
See, I think it's like healthy though.
That'd be false.
Oh. Do you hear like Poppy's also getting a class action lawsuit about it because it's I also learned this on TikTok.
What's Poppy?
Poppy, the probiotic soda, the really pretty cans with the millennial colors
Is
that
that
everyone's
different
like
than Lollipop?
Olipop.
Olipop?
Yeah, it's different, but same.
Okay.
And Poppy is getting sued, class action lawsuit, because on the front it says
They
like
lie.
good for your health or good for your gut.
And it's not.
And people are like, it's sugar water.
Yeah, maybe they mean gut as in like your fat pouch.
Maybe they mean like women's intuition. That thing we've been talking about this whole time. It's good for your guts. Remember that show? Oh, iconic show. Guts.
Oh my God. Is that Nickelodeon?
Astro Crag. I just threw all y'all back a brain blast, didn't I? I would have given a leg to be on that show as a kid.
Is that where people got slimed or is it
No.
something different?
The Guts was where it was very obstacle course, and you were always on a bungee cord, jumping and reaching for something.
Were y'all Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Was I? Zachary, those fucking temple guards still haunt my dreams. When I'm really going through a stressful time, those temple guards show up in my fucking dreams and snatch me.
And then you fuck them.
That was crazy for them to do to children.
Did they pick them up and like carry them out?
Yeah, they were like, right this way, sir. They were like, little kid. It's every kid's worst nightmare of getting snatched off the street corner. Yeah. Chaos.
And kisses.
And kisses. Oh, should we even tease it?
Yeah.
I feel like we should tease it.
Definitely.
Guys, we're going to go on another tour, this time West Coast.
Yes.
We're thinking Santiago, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Portland.
Is Phoenix the West Coast?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a coastal city. In fact, I would not say that.
You would be correct.
Yeah. It's not a coastal, but it's the West.
Yeah.
Are we gonna call it Chaos and Kisses Part 2?
Like 6 hours inland from LA. That's pretty fucking far
Or
inland.
like 40 minutes on a flight.
Oh, we're flying. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, duh. Are we gonna call it Chaos and Kisses Part 2 or Kisses and Chaos?
I like Chaos and Kisses still.
I do too, because I think we're still gonna do the same format.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, get your fucking wallets ready for that. Are you ready for a dating no filter question? We haven't done one in so long.
I'm soy ready.
Okay, so we're going to play a little audio. And again, if you want to send us your dating no filter questions, send it to our podcast Instagram. If you want to stay anonymous, make sure you don't say your name in it because we will play it on the podcast. But if you don't care, then you can say your name. All right, here we go.
My name's Kendall. I am 24 and I'm dating a 33-year-old man who I've pined after for like 5 years. But he is my first time ever doing anything sexual. And I'm having a great time. Obviously, it's wonderful. But I have a hard time feeling like I'm inadequate or like I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So how do I prevent those feelings from like impacting our relationship and our sexual relationship and my confidence? I guess he's obviously wonderful and like would never hesitate to answer a question or to ask to do something new, but I have a really hard time with feeling like I'm doing something wrong. There's also probably some religious trauma there, but that's another episode. Love y'all. Bye.
Aw, I don't remember
Kendall.
if we've answered this before. Did it
sounded
sound
vaguely familiar? But it's like, it's kind of evergreen question.
Yeah, I'm a 33-year-old dating a 26-year-old right now. And let me tell you this. I don't care how old a man is. He's grateful to be fucking.
Yeah, I would say that too.
He is glad every single time, feels lucky, unless he's a narcissist. He's so excited to fuck every time. There's nothing you could do wrong unless you think that it like goes in between your toes. Even then he might still be into it, you know?
Sure. Well, if it fits between your toes, honey, you got bigger issues.
Yeah.
And by bigger, I mean smaller.
Unless you got big feet.
I ew, now I'm picturing like a penis-sized gap between your toes, which is so gross.
That's why I always wear socks.
I think this is just really a lesson in patience with yourself. It's like a lesson in like being present and not beating yourself up. It's like you only get experience with time. Like
And
there's
experience.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a
no
catch-22.
yeah, there's no real you can't really speed it up unless y'all start going to like sex parties and like watching porn together and
Yeah.
like being really, really communicative about like
Yeah.
blind spots or things that you really want and like what does he want? What do you need? Like I think it's just like maybe a bigger conversation, which I'm sure is scary to have.
Yeah, but it's I mean, it sounds like she said that this person she trusts and like they're great and are very open, and so it's more of like a self sabotaging thing
flatulation.
too. Yeah,
Flatulation?
Isn't that fart?
Self-flatulate?
I think flagellate and flatulate. Flatulence is self-flatulence.
Self-flatulate.
Don't self-flagellate.
Yeah, that's not it for sure.
I know what you're saying.
Self-flagellate?
Like beating yourself
There's
up.
one really smart, confident bottom who's having an aneurysm in their car right
This
now.
happens every week. Are you kidding? They're always like, "What?" Yeah, but that's why we have this button.
Don't Google it.
Yes. The other thing that I heard was that you always feel like you're doing something wrong, which definitely can tie back to religious trauma. And even me, someone who is a out and proud slut, still has to every now and then quiet the religious voice of you having sex is bad.
Oh, that's so funny. I heard do something wrong as in like I'm not deep throating correctly.
I mean, maybe that.
Okay.
But also that like I'm doing something wrong in doing this at all, or being super in touch with my sexual desires, or like opening up this side of me literally to someone.
Or like premarital.
Yeah, like that. And even if she's feeling like she's doing it all wrong, like, listen, I'll say it. I didn't really know how to jerk off an uncircumcised dick. I thought it was exactly the same as a circumcised one. And the last two people I had been with had issues where like they had jerked off so hard that they were almost like numb to hand jobs. And so the first time I tried to give a hand job to an uncircumcised penis, the guy was like, whoa, Jesus Christ.
You were like jerking.
Yeah, and I like pulled the skin down and was like fucking get after the top. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that you were supposed to like use the skin as the jerking off.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I mean,
did you know that?
Yes.
So you jerk off a circumcised dick differently than a regular dick?
I mean, there's just more skin to incorporate into the thing.
Oh, see, I was like, get this
So,
out
like,
of the way.
and,
Let's
like-
move this
Like,
fabric.
when you're like
this extra.
when you're like blowing a guy who has foreskin, like pull it all forward and then you can put your tongue between the skin and the head and just like around it.
Seeing you do that was so unsettling because your tongue is so little. You have a very little tongue.
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's regular.
Okay.
It's average.
Oh, sure. Anyway, so even me that thinks they know everything still has no fucking clue sometimes. And in the moment, I'm like, oh my God, how embarrassing. And then I remember they're getting their dick touched. Lucky them.
Totally. Even if you're ripping the skin off of him,
Like I
he's
did.
still really lucky to
I
be
was
there.
trying to peel it like a banana. Okay, moving on to our next one. Okay. This person asked, they had actually written in before, and we had answered one of their questions about anger. So this person was saying, anger has always been something they struggled with, and they're happy to say that they have now finally have a grip on it. Not only are they not acting out of anger, but they feel anger significantly less often and less intensely than ever before. So their new question is wondering if you guys have experience with self-forgiveness. I'm assuming this probably ties into
What they did when angry.
Yes. Forgiving oneself for failing, for self-abandonment, for not giving the effort you know you should have, etc.
I've been so deeply in love with myself for a while now that I haven't done. So this will flare up for me with my drinking and drug use past, where I kind of go, oh, I got sober at 30. If I had just done it sooner, it
Where
would have
could
been
you be
better.
now?
Yeah, but like, there's really nothing for you in that, like digging around the past. It's like, and like again with recovery, we make amends, and sometimes you make amends to yourself. So it's like, oh, whereas I used to like drink a bunch of alcohol, do a bunch of drugs, have sex with strangers, my living amends to myself is self-care. It's getting a pedicure whenever I want. It's getting a massage. It's sleeping in. It's going for walks. It's getting like a treat. So like when it comes to that, like I just try to make amends to people or to myself by like treating myself like a goddamn prince. And I think that also comes in with falling in love, where I'm like, oh my God, like whenever I generally end it with like, I love you so much, Zachy. And I'm like so proud of you.
Yeah, the inner child letter.
Yeah,
is always
yeah.
something.
It's just like,
Yeah.
just keep telling yourself how great you are and like how you're doing your best and you were even doing your best then. And like,
Yeah. I run this exercise at a retreat where I have our guests put a pencil in their dominant hand, their like writing hand, and they draw a picture of themselves now. And then I have them switch their hands. So they put it in the non-dominant hand, and I have them draw a picture of themselves as a little kid. And then I have them switch it back to adult hand and say like, write down asking the question of what does that little version of you need? And then you switch the pencil again to non-dominant and you answer as your younger self. And the like visual stimulation of seeing your handwriting all like fucked up makes it look like you're talking to a little kid version of you. And so why are you making such a horrific
It's
face?
a horror movie thing.
What?
It sounds like a scary movie.
Oh, do you think like your hand's going to take over and
Or
be
it's like, yeah, it's definitely writing things it shouldn't write.
Oh, well,
Like, kill
okay.
mommy.
When you're not Zachary and you're me at a healing anti-anxiety retreat, it's very healing. Like you could ask yourself, like you're being really hard on yourself, like how do you need me to forgive you? And then answer as your little self. Because I feel like talking to like your younger self is something that I try to remember is actually what's on the inside of me. And when I feel those shameful feelings or those self-doubt or like unable to forgive myself feelings, that's who I need to be talking to is like 4-year-old Kelsey and being like, what does she need? How do I forgive that version of her?
Wow.
Like she didn't know any better. She was drawing on the walls because crayons are pretty and that's like what she did. And then the other part that I was thinking about with self-forgiveness is to remember all you've learned from that. So maybe if it's talking about like your past with your anger, go back to all the things you've learned and be like, I can forgive myself because look what I've done to get to where I am. And like use the growth mindset of I won't make those same mistakes again and I can let that go and forgive myself because I've actually taken the time to do the work.
Using your past mistakes as like lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you learned from the experience, it wasn't a loss, really.
No, yeah. And it's not something to feel ashamed over, even though, like, of course, I'll still feel those initial feelings, but I have a lot easier of a time getting to, like, oh, but I was 20 and dumb and drunk and this and that, and like making not an excuse for myself, but like a very valid life lesson learned from it.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot more easy.
Love that.
You know, we're just out here giving advice, dating no filter. What are we going to call that segment that's like life advice? Confident Bottoms, if you have an idea of what to call that segment,
Yeah.
leave us a comment.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's coming to me at the moment.
It's because we're so drained from being so funny. You have anything to promote?
I have a show in Brea, California in August. And listen to my other podcast, After Hours with Zach Nui Towers.
Yay! And go check out Caked Up by Kelsey on Etsy. I just made my first pair of cake heels.
They're wild, y'all.
Some more tissue boxes. It's a whole thing over there. Just go check it out. Okay, we'll see you next week, Con Pod. Bye.